Good, good morning, everyone. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please try to read it and stop the video and read it. Some traders cannot handle winning and losing, and in the trading, there is a lot of winning and losing. Welcome, and today, before we start, there is extreme chop market today, and please try to approach this market today very, very carefully today. If this market is continuing this way, this is a lot of traders today that will be losing money. So be cautious with your trade and try to get your level in the trade today to a higher standard. And it has to be very good position before we decide to take a trade. For the ones that just joined us, you can follow our signal. We are sharing everything, the good and the bad, every day. And you're very welcome to follow us on a sim. At the market analyzer here, you get a new signal, direction of the signal, entry, target, and on the pullback, re-entry. If you are late on that trade, you can copy those numbers for a re-entry. Then you see how many ticks from the signal, and then the trailing stops are based on the FIBs. And the same story here on the market analyzer for the Forex, and it's the same story also if you are a stock trader, you can feed your auto trade ATM strategy or full automated. So this system here is based on three different automated trading, and no optimization required. On the chart here is the same principle as the market analyzer, but on the chart, the newer version is giving you update, a newer target, a newer entry, a newer re-entry point, where on the market analyzer is just fixed entry, exit, entry, exit. So the targets on the market analyzers, they do not update. But however, the ones on the chart, if you are using an automated trade, is based on the bar close, and it is based on updating the system constantly. So the charts are calculating the system, the price action, the highs, the lows, the high time frame, and then they are updating itself with the entry point, the target, and the pullback re-entry trailing stops. They are based on the FIBs, where on the market analyzer is just strictly the signal and the target with no update. If there is a strong trend, the market analyzer is not going to be changing. It's going to be fixed between the entry and the target. On this one here, on the blue market analyzer, those are your scalpers. And you're going to see also on a 1 minute, the market analyzer based on the 1 minute. Now we have a new signal on the gold, and you can see is the direction short. The entry is 12.17.9, and your target is 12.16. You can see it immediately here, and there is a sound comes with it, but I hate sound all day long, so I do not use sounds. But this is the new entry on the gold. Now this one here, the blue market analyzer, it is your scalper, and you can see also on the controller, the Ninja Trader 8 controller, those are your swing trading is a total different system. At the moment, the market is extremely chop, and it is really, I've never seen that in a very long time. Please, if you are on a live trade, if you are practice. But if you are trading on the side live trade, or you're taking some trades sometimes yourself, please try to approach this market today with a little bit more conservative. It is chop all the way on all instruments, and the market is struggling, which we are the medium news is already out of the way at 10 o'clock. So there is not much news, but this market is just taking a beat in the chop. That is not good for the trader. And 90% of the traders, they do not read it. They cannot read it, and they cannot see when there is a problem. There is a problem today. So far, there is a problem. It could be extended maybe till all the way till 12 o'clock, or it could be all day long chop today, or we probably gonna be get out of that way very soon. What we do here, we don't try to come out with anything, except we like to show the market the way it is, getting the right message to the traders. Most of the time, what they see in the auto trade, some guy come out at the end of the day and show everything is okay. We are going in a little more details, just saying everything is okay to the traders. We want to show the traders when the auto trades, whether it's from us or somebody else, we're not trying to attack anyone here. But traders, especially retailers, should understand sometimes why that auto trade is struggling, why that auto trade is not struggling. And if you are auto trading, you say, "This is not my problem." Yes, sir, it is your problem. Today is a very choppy market. And if you are, doesn't matter which auto trade you are using. Of course, there is some auto trades better than the others. Some of the auto trades are useless. Actually, no use to put them in the market. Some auto trades are a very stable market. I'm not gonna go there. But today, whether you have a good auto trade or a bad auto trade, a lousy auto trade, you have to approach this market cautiously. This is a very, very bad day to just take it easy. You have to watch the market. There is a lot of volatility. Let me simplify where most of you trade the ES. This is a 1 minute. We use the 1 minute just to show you there is a lot of back and forth. Earlier today, we saw that on the ES, the 1 minute, we have a really trouble around those areas at 29.05. No big deal. On the first breakout, we were able to nail the pullback re-entry because this is my strategy. Breakout, pullback re-entry. This is the best things. It's been with me since late 80s, early 90s. This is the only thing I know it works in this market, and the rest comes and goes as fast as they come, they leave. Right now, we couldn't even get to the support line at 900 on the ES, and then we bump into this projection, and now we are going back to test the 900. So there is a little, and then if we look here on that side here in this area earlier, you can see this market was extremely flat, and actually it is one line. So especially for those auto traders, they say it's not my problem. I have an auto trade, should make money. And those here areas, doesn't matter which auto trade you use, they're not going to be taking a trade. And if they are taking a trade, they are not getting anywhere because there is no movement in the tick. So your auto trade just going in a circle, making 200, losing 200, making 200, losing 200, but you're just generating trade for no reason. The first breakout we have on the projection, come back resistant, and this is the second drop. And I'm sorry, this is your second drop for now for today. This is the first pullback re-entry. This is your second pullback re-entry. And now we are going to go down all the way to the 99 level, actually, 99.25. So this is a lot of volatility. The market is not trending. If we want to look at a different market, you will see. Let's look at the Nasdaq. If you, some of you are a Nasdaq trader, so let's look, magnifying what's happened in the Nasdaq. I didn't look at the Nasdaq today, even the DAX today. For the ones they know me, I chase the DAX early in the morning, every morning. Today I couldn't find not even one trade on the DAX, not even one trade. So it's all, and I did not even bother to activate the auto trade, because always when I come in the morning, I show you my 1 minute. And today, actually, you can see there is nothing, no trade, and I didn't even bother to do it because the market was a chop, and this is not acceptable when the market is a chop, that's for sure. So I didn't even bother to activate it. Being away from the market when you don't like it, uh, uh, it is much better when you don't like what you see. Much better to sit on the side and not lose money. Not losing money, it is just as good as making money and not look for trouble. So there is some traders thinks you have to trade every day. Does not. No. There is some days where I sit on the side when I don't like the market, and you have to learn that nobody is forcing you to trade today and get yourself in trouble. Let me show you what happened on the Nasdaq. If we look at the Nasdaq, maybe to guy and a trained eye, what he sees is just rubbish and lines. I can respect that. But for the ones have that have been trading for a quiet time, what they can see here, the fib lines, they are very tight to each other, and this is a lot of trouble. This is a very, very troubled market to auto trade, manual trade right now. And the only thing I can see on that Nasdaq, if you wanted to take a trade, is if this market going back, a breakout to the downside on the first pullback, re-enter the market. It is lately has been we have not, usually around this time of year when the kids go back to school, the market should be flying by now, because this is the time where the summer is over, and this is where the market should start moving. For some reason, this year has not kicked in yet, and there is not much really. You get once a while some movement, but actually the market has not got out of this summer chop, and we still struggling in the future trading to get some smooth movement. Like this time of the year, last year and the year before, or when the kids went back to school, the market kicked in very well, and it was the ES was moving, the CL was moving, but today there is not really movement. Everything is sitting on the side, and that it is where 90% of retailers that will be losing money today. Absolutely. Even if those guys they say this is not my problem, I'm auto trade. Try to auto trade today the Nasdaq, and good luck with that. You could be lucky with one or two trade, but you're gonna bump into thick wall. And for the ones they think, okay, what's wrong with your auto trade? There is nothing wrong with my auto trade. The fact is, some people don't want to show you when is a bad day to trade. They might succeed with a couple of chart at the end of the day. You see it when after the fact, but nobody is gonna come out live front of you, put 1 minute chart, lay all the instruments, and tell you there is no problem. They can do that after the fact when the market is closed. I can pull up a couple of charts for you and tell you everything is okay. That is very easy. But that is not acceptable. If you think this market there is no problem today, go ahead, lay your charts, go on a YouTube live, and show the traders today everything is okay. I guarantee you there is not even one that's going to show up. Why? Because their system today is going to be in red like a Christmas tree. Trust me. Today we are going south on the scalper, and we are going south on the 30-year Treasury bond. We're not going to be hiding anything from you. The market analyzer is a total mixed market. And one of the things also you can see, because this is based on a math. For the ones who don't know how to read the market, that's very fine, but we try to find an alternative, easy way to look at the market. The signals, this one is based on math and signal and a high time frame. If you look at the 30-year Treasury bond, is going in the same direction as the ES. That means either the ES is going in the wrong direction or the bonds are going in the wrong direction, because those should be working in the opposite of each other. So now if we look at the 30-year Treasury bond has took the entry, hit the target, made the 12 ticks, and target hit. It's telling you the target hit. So the bond went straight and hit the target, and now the ES is struggling in those areas, and most likely the target is 98.50. Is coming very slow to the 99.25, and I cannot read that. I really cannot read that, because if we look at the Nasdaq, it's a different story. The Nasdaq is in extreme chop. There is an extreme chop, and good luck trading the Nasdaq today. So for every Nasdaq trader you are trading today, whether you are auto trading or a manual trading, if you're making a one trade and make money, try to do the other one and you will be losing. So if by luck took one trade and you made money, does not mean you did well today, because you wouldn't dare take another trade. If you're asking me technically if the Nasdaq right now long or short, I will tell you your best choice is to just take a quarter out of your pocket and flip it, because I cannot read that market. And I've been doing this for over 25 years, and I will not. If I want to fuzzle with it, yes, I can find a trade. But in a general like this, for the trader, he's going to fall right through his head today on the Nasdaq, and he will be losing a lot of money. Whether he is auto trading or whether he is manual trading, he's going to fall right through his head. So this is very important also sometimes to understand, to sit on the side. I don't like the entry on the ES, and I don't like it because right now we have a chop, and don't look at this bar right now. The ES has been trying to go down for over half an hour and it fell. So if we look a little bit previous, we had the signal earlier, and the ES was struggling to go down all this time, and it has been struggling to go down for over half an hour, and finally now the ES started giving in, and we are coming straight to the 99.25, and I don't want to catch that signal. I don't want to trade that signal because there is a volatility. So probably for our traders, when you see this mess, wait on the next signal. That's what I'm saying to you. Let this market move, and we can enter this market in a different box, because we have this box now as a sell entry is right there as a 9902. It is a very lot of volatility. I don't want to enter the market in those areas right now. I will wait to get the newer signal, and I try to find another box, another area to enter the market. Now you can see uh, some of them, they start moving. That's very fine. We have a support line at 99.25, and most likely this ES right now is going to be struggling in that area for a while. And then the final destination on that trade on the ES is 898.50. And usually when I'm using the auto trades on those, I try to extend it a little bit to see if I can get more out of it. But today I sit on the side. I did not let the auto trade take anything at the moment when I saw this volatility. Immediately watch, guys, on the scalper. If we look at the scalper right now, all those auto trades they are based on math. So we're not eyeballing the charts. It is based on math. Call it algorithm, call it a jukebox, call it a black box, call it whatever you like. But you can see even the scalpers are struggling, and we have a lot of red and green, but it is a struggling market right now, and I just don't want to poke the market with my finger and try to irritate my account. So this is how you need to be sitting on the side, and there is nothing to be ashamed of. When you see the market and readable, then step on the side. This is also the this is the 1 minute scalper, and one of them is on a limited order, and the other one is a market order. And you can see both of them are struggling, and I don't like the struggle in the market. I don't like it when the market is not going smooth. Now we can see on the ES we went stopped a little bit here, and this is your final destination on the ES is 98.50, and I actually waived it. I didn't take that trade here, but even the system, every time there is a new signal, there is a new target with a different ticks, depends on the market's movement. But this is nothing really for swing trade and $200 on a trade base from this entry to that. Taking a lot of risk for $200 right now is not really a brilliant idea. So I decided not to let the auto trade to take those trades, and until I find some a smooth ride in the market. To I will, in the meantime, I will try to find something for you to look for. If we look at the Nasdaq, we were going through a lot of volatility, and now we start having a breakout. This is a really nasty area on the. So if you wanted to take a trade on the Nasdaq, now this is a breakout. You know, so on the pullback re-entry, somewhere around there, you can take the 8250 on a sim, and this is a re-entry point on the Nasdaq. So I can always try to find something if you are wanted to take those trades or not. Destination on the Nasdaq is do not use a trailing stop, and probably the first bumper on the Nasdaq it will be at 69.25. So this is not a bad trade at all, and we will follow this one here and see what will happen on that trade with the Nasdaq. Also, I will look into the ES and trying to find something for you guys to take the trade. As long as you follow me on the sim, please do not use your real money. We're not allowed to let you use real money. By the way, guys, I mean, here we are sharing all our information. It is at your own risk. We are not responsible for your trade. We're not collecting anything. We're not collecting your name. We're not collecting money. We're not collecting your email. We're just trying to help in auto trades or manual traders to understand this market. So please approach this market carefully. This is the trade I just called for you guys. And that's why I said if you don't have a trained eye, you will get in trouble. And for the ones who's following me on that trade, of course, on a sim, you need to follow me. I'm not allowed to call live trade for you guys, and not on YouTube anyway. Then you can say buy limit, and your final target on this trade is a 569.75. This is the only trade I will be calling today for you, or if I find anything on the ES, I will. But it has to be approaching this market very, very cautiously. And when you are taking those trades, immediately do not use a trailing stop because of the volatility. It tried to go one tick. below that line and protect yourself, one tick. So you are on a free trade, and this is your entry, and this is your target. So this is, uh, in a way, no matter what you do, you're not going to get in trouble. If you just pay attention with me, I will try to make you survive today without getting yourself in a big mess. Um, One of the things, folks, you can do on a bad day like this, you can go minus one tick, and then now you are on a free trade, and then now I don't need to mess with this one. I normally do that. I do not use a trailing stop, and I'm not gonna come and fuzzle with a trade is only $100 or $200. I can also, because the volatility on that market today is better for you to leave it one tick below. So now you are on a free trade. It's not costing you any money. And if you wanted to be aggressive, you don't mind to lose this $5 to your broker. And then what you do, you put uh, now, if you put a stop loss in here, which right on top where your entry, that's mean your whole total investment on that trade become $5. One of the things, it is the advantage with those zones you have. You are leaning on that fib, and immediately from that entry, if we look at the high from below that entry, the fib, we have the same one here was pulled back, and it was right at the fib line, and it was exactly 83.50. On the second pullback was losing momentum and 81 cents. So this one is indicating the market is going down the hill. Look, if you look from those bars, it's just going all the way down the hill, pulling back, re-entry, pulling back, re-entry all day long. You can see it's right there. The top of the bars, the wicks, is giving you clearance how this market is fuzzling. So and this is where when you need to take those trades, um, because now you can see this one here is confirmed. So it's no longer I'm scared from that trade, and then uh, I don't. I can decide not to get out of that trade or get out of that trade, but in the same time I can go one tick below this number, and then I can relax and say this is a free trade uh, for for a rest. I mean, for me, I cannot do anything about it anymore. I covered myself. I put the where is the target and where is my stop loss. Then you throw that to the next chart, and then your job is done with that chart. Then you look for the new chart and trying to find a new one. So this is the first one. Let me try to see if I can find you anything on the ES. Most of you like to trade in ES. As we see right now on the scalpers, they start recovering. We had a little dive pullback on the total, and now the market is trying to recover. Where on the 150 ticks is immediately start going straight forward. Right now, based on the last signal, entry and the target is not all day long. Based on the last entry, we just called the gold, as I remember a few minutes ago. We had a new signal on the gold. If you go back with the video, we had a new signal, and it is 41, 42 ticks into the profit based on the last signal entry, and the entry was 17.9, as I remember. If you rewind the video, you will find it. So right now, on based on the last entry signal and the target, we are up to 208. The market start leveling up, start getting there, but we are a little bit cautious. The market start leaning, going, start moving. It's like uh, a dying battery and now start kicking anyway. But um, the market start moving. This is very good. And let me try to see. Um, uh, Once we are done with this one here, I don't want to overload you. Let me try to see if I can find you a trade on the ES. If I find a trade on the ES, I will tell you about it. Um, Sorry, guys, on the ES, nothing but trouble. At the moment, the ES, nothing but trouble. The ES, we have an entry point, but it's not going to go anywhere. If we look in details, those two yellow lines here, this is where we have those two yellow lines on both of direction. Once this market start diving in between those two yellow lines, you should not be taking any more trades to the short side, because now your trade is going to be the trade is going to be, instead being 8 out of 10, it's going to be 2 out of 10. So this is a high critical area to take any more short entry on the ES. And um, we are not into 3 4 ticks, because not every trader have light hands with the mouse. So I don't want it to be fast trade, couple of 3 ticks here and there. But a genuine trade, for over $100 trade right now, I don't see anything right now on the ES to take a trade based on the swing trading. There is nothing. Uh, that entry here is too late to take that entry. This entry was good. Earlier today, we had that entry. It was super on that trade. But that pullback re-entry at this area here right now, I am not interested in it. I will be dumping it to somebody else, dive into this trades, and let him have his own problem with it. So, guys, for the ones that are following me on that trade we called for you today on the NASDAQ, the target so far is 69.75, and we're still on that target. Okay, we have a new support line. You need to take your trade a little bit up, and you need to close it at 71.75, please. 71.75. It's not going to do any good. This is whoever followed me on that trade today nailed $140. Is fine, better than nothing. And it's much better than for you to take a trade and get yourself in trouble. And please try to follow me on Sim. We're not responsible for your trade. Let me show you. 71.75 is the magic number for that one here. It won't even give it to us right now. So we put it on the side to see what's going on in the market. The ES, nothing. Now we can see here the Ninja Trader controller. We start getting some movement in the market, and we will be covering some of it right now as an example in ES, 1 minute, 3 minutes, and we will start covering those immediately with you guys. There is nothing we can hide, and there is nothing. Welcome to trading. If we look at the scalper 1 minute, it just did go south, all the way south. And what's wrong with your auto trade? There is nothing wrong. This is welcome to trading. You cannot win them all. You cannot be winner every day. This is a wrong message you're getting. You cannot win every day. And as you see right now on the 1 minute, the scalper, we are struggling market. And on the 1 minute is the 150 ticks. It is a bit smoother, right? And the 150 ticks, of course, is much more aggressive than the 1 minute. But our job to show you that it is a um, a lot of volatility. And I'm so glad I did not call that trade on the ES. Look at folks. That's why I didn't want to call the trades on the ES. You can see the ES came into this area. This is a very, very no area to take short around those area. And I did not like that trade to take in the critical area for the ES, and immediately the ES turned around on us. That would have got us in a lot of trouble. So we saved ourselves a trouble for ignoring the false movement in the ES. Um, a few minutes ago on that system here, I mean, normally around this time we should have on the market analyzer 400-500 ticks minimum, and now we dropped from 250 ticks to 120 ticks because of this turning around in the market. That's very fine, but this is a lot of volatility. The scalpers are struggling, and it is a whole struggling market actually. Uh, as expected, as we predicted, those kind of days, you do not ignore those signals. When the market is in a pain, then you need to sit on the side and just make sure that you take a higher level or a higher standard. It has to be very inviting before you start rolling your sleeve and you say, I'm going to dive into this trade. You know, it is. This is a very sad part on the amateur trading, that they cannot read the market before they start. And they say we are auto trading, so we are safe. No, you're not safe because you're auto trading. Because your auto trade, if it dive into the chop market, is going to get in trouble. And we are trying to show you on the scalper and the swing trading and the price action, when the market is in a chop, none of them will be making money out of the trees. And this is the message. This is why it forced me to come in during the daytime to try explain those amateur trading. You have seen somebody is covering the auto trade, and it seems like some summer, winter, chop market, moving market is always the same results after the fact. When we're trying to talk to our customer, be careful around the Christmas, be careful when the market is chopped, be careful when the summer. He says, why your auto trade do not work in the summer and the other guy auto trade work in the summer? The difference is because this guy is sitting on the side waiting until the end of the day. He have 50 charts open, he have two chart made it, and he brag about two chart made it, and he forget to show you the other 48 charts. What we are trying to make something here, uh, and if somebody don't like us or trying to criticize us, you are very welcome to come in at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, lay your chart, lay your instruments, front of those traders, and show us. Not a replay, a live data, and show us how your system is not affected by the chop market, and how is your system is not affected by in the summer, and is not affected in the around the Christmas, and that poor trader is getting confused. So we decided to go that direction, and at the same time we decided to try to teach those traders a little bit about trading and chop market, or when the market uh, It's getting stuck in a channel. There is nothing you can do about it, whether you are auto trading or you are manual trading. And the fun part about it, I don't see what is the why anybody's butt is hurting. It's a free education. We're not getting any money out of it. And why there is still somebody getting their butt hurt over it. So why not let those traders see the reality when you are trading? I guess that's what it's all about. Marketing. It's no longer about trading. Uh, let's go back to our world here, and the ES start. I'm so glad I didn't call the ES for you guys, and this is a trouble. There is nothing in the ES. Forget it. Let's go back to the Nasdaq. See what's going on with the Nasdaq. Uh, this is a one nasty looking chart. Let's look at the YM. At least it's a little bit cleaner. And look at those troubles. Forget it, guys. I'm not gonna. I called the Nasdaq for you, and I'm not gonna be calling. I don't want you to dive into problems. I don't see anything really worse to chew on. What I see is a bit scalping here and there, but there's no a juicy steak to chew on. And now, after we told you be careful with this 7150 on the Nasdaq, now we are going back to the real turbulence area here. Forget it. It's not tradable anymore. We find an opportunity on the Nasdaq, and we called it for you right there. Whoever made 150 made 150. Whoever did not did not. So on the ES, let me find if I can find anything for you on the ES. There is a small, a very small trade on the ES right now. It's not even worth to take it. It is from here to here. We're not gonna be aggravating ourselves and get pissed over something. It's not gonna do any good. However, the CL is looking much better chart to take a trade from than any other. Let me look at the CL. Maybe we can get the trade on the CL. The CL is coming to the 68.61. We had a short here, but this is 7-8 ticks a trade. I'm not calling that trade on the CL. So what we are going to do, we're gonna sit on the side, guys, and try to see if there's anything will happen today. The swing trading also, if we look at the swing trading, this is not really big numbers on the swing trading. Usually, if you've been following us, the swing trading, by now we should be on some of those trades above $1,000, and they are in hundreds. So this is not swing trading 200 and 300. This is pathetic. So really chop market, extremely chop market. The market is going in different direction with no prediction on it. This one here, we're gonna come into the 68.60. I don't like it. One of the guys was saying, Sam, do you sit on the side sometimes? Yes, I do sit on the side. Well, today I did on the DAX. I did not even look at the DAX. I couldn't find anything on the DAX to trade, and I did not even turn on the auto trade on the DAX because I can see it was a chop all over, and I knew we're gonna have in the U.S. session this problem. It's gonna be nasty day to trade, and a lot of traders will be losing money. The story on the CL, we have a resistance. Yes, we have a breakout, pullback, re-entry, pullback. But right now on the CL, we are stuck between those two numbers, the 68.67 and the 68.62. So there is 7-8 ticks in between here. There is not even worth to take. But I tell you what, if the CL decided to do any breakout, then we can nail it on the pullback re-entry. But this CL is stuck between those two numbers, and there is only 5-6 ticks in between, so they're not worth to trade. It's better to stay away from those nasty small trades. So we see the scalpers also did go south. We have the CL right now did go south. We have the YM is struggling, and we have the 30-year is struggling. On the 150 ticks, we managed to stay in the green on the ES, and we managed to get green on the Nasdaq. However, on the YM, we're gonna be very flat. 30-year Treasury bond south, and earlier today we had some movement on the CL, where that's why we got the 560 on the. If you want to look at the swing trading, let me show you something on the swing trading on the ES. Look how sad it is. This is the 3 minutes chart, the swing trading. The first trade was at, this is where this, around that time, usually I get up earlier or later for the DAX in the morning. And I don't have London time to wake up and start, but those the area where between 5 and 6 and 7 I start every day. Earlier today, from this morning, the same trade from 901.25 from 6 o'clock to 9:30 on one trade, and it practically broke even on the ES. And then that trade right now on the ES, on the swing trading, nailed 550. And that is amazing. But the markets start moving right now, yes, and we catch that trend. The things is, it's not about the numbers. What I wanted to concentrate is on when the market is not moving, you will not be making money. It doesn't matter if you have an auto trade or don't have an auto trade. So the same auto trade is making $500 on that trade, and in 3 hours did not make money. And the reason is because this market is a flat. What I'm trying the message to get you, if the first things is to be, if you want to call yourself to be success, at least you need to, before you start to use any auto trade in the morning, to just to see if this market is worth to trade or not. You might gonna be skipping one or two trades. It's better to skip it than to dive into a lot of problems. And today, 3.5 hours on one trade, the EES did not make money, because not because of my auto trade, because this market was flat. When this market is moving, that auto trade is not gonna let it pass by him. It's gonna take that trade. We will never miss a trade. We will never miss a trade. Yeah, I can go back and forth, and you will see the auto trade will never miss a trend. Never. The things is, I'm not worried about when the market is trending. I'm worried is when the market is not trending, and the trader should read that before he start diving into trades. So if we want to analyze what happened in this trade right now on the ES, is the movement, there is no base for it actually, and I will not. Uh, the auto trade got smarter than me on that one. Okay, very fine, but I don't see any base for that trade. I don't see anything right now for that trade. And actually, this is the limitation on the ES. The target is 96.75. This is a total different system. This is a price action, and it is between the two yellow line. So that is telling you that auto trade, the most on that trade, it will be around 450, 500, and it's not gonna be. And if you don't close your position right now here, it will be pulling back and closing somewhere around there. So it's not, you're not gonna be getting the 500 out of it. So I don't see anything on that ES worth to chew on. The auto trade outsmart me on that one, very fine, but it's not gonna go anywhere after that. That's for sure. 150 ticks on the scalpers are going very good, straightforward. We are around 1,000 on the scalping, but on the 1 minute, we are really, really in a lot of trouble. And the market is on the CL. I mean, it's not a huge money, but still it's 230 south. The YM is 240 south, and the 30-year Treasury bond is $312 south. So there is a lot of reds in this today, as expected, as we predicted. There is a lot of chop in this market, and the best way to do it to sit on the side and make sure that uh, this is a huge problem if you cannot see there is trouble in the market. This is where 90% of the traders lose money because it's been misread or underestimate the market when they first start Ninja Trader. They don't look, they look at numbers, but they don't look movement. And this is a high percentage losses on somebody using an auto trade, whether mine or somebody else is irrelevant, and not paying attention what the market is telling him for today. This is a problem, really. I don't know. We're uh, trying to explain as much as we can here in front of everybody, and we're trying to show front of everybody when we are in trouble, and when we are flat, and when we are making money, and when we are losing money, and hopefully the message will be received. So what happened to this swing trading on the ES? Nothing. Uh, Trader should have closed that position right now, and the market is going back. I don't know where it's going anymore. I lost with it. Most likely, it's gonna. If this area is not gonna hold, then we are going to. So this is 88.75. I don't know. So we will see what will happen on the ES. I'm gonna be keep sharing my screen, but there is nothing to do. If I see anything worth trading, I will be more than glad to tell you to be careful to trade anything. Or, but right now, I'm not too happy with the ES. We'll leave it till leaves that area here. And when we are somewhere around that area here on the pullback re-entry, then we take that trade. But this is a lot of noises here. I don't want to trade in the same area. This is something you have to understand, that you have to look at it as boxes. This box here and that box here, I'm not trading it anymore. I'm waiting for the new areas to trade. I don't want to trade the same area where there's a lot of struggling. Even if I wanted to auto trade, I don't want to auto trade where there is a lot of struggling area. So I prefer to get a new signal onto your market analyzer. The new signal I get, then I will take the next signal, and I'm gonna waive that trouble right now because this is gonna drive me crazy taking those trades. So, folks, I'm gonna be sitting on the side for a while, for a few minutes, and if I see anything, I will be more than glad to call that trade for you. As long as you follow me on the sim, we're not allowed to call a trade live trade for you. Thank you. I want to show our traders a trick in our system. This is a short trade on the CL, on the ES. You can follow me on a sim with this one here. For the traders, they have the system. Your target is right there on the ES right now. You're very welcome to follow on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. Let me show our traders a trick. Of course, the system is fully automated, can take the trade from the entry to the target. You can use ATM strategy or full automated. You don't have to deal with it. Very fine. But on a struggle day like today, uh, always try to keep clean chart. Those your $35 zone. Try to keep it separately from all the mess you have on the other charts. On those lines, they are very, very, very nice and they are very consistent beside your auto trade. On a day like this, when the market is really chop and you're scared to turn on your auto trade, you don't want to dive into trouble. Very fine. I'm a kind of guy today. I stayed away from the DAX. I did not take any. I did not even activate the auto trade on the DAX. But on the days like this, when there is a chop market, uh, this is very consistent, and it is 8 out of 10. I cannot. There is no system here worldwide is going to give you 100%, and there is nobody can guarantee you anything in a trading. Whether you are a future forex stocks, nobody can guarantee you anything. It's like you're going to Las Vegas and you want the casino guarantee you put money in the slot machine and you want to win. This is the same thing here, but the trading, not gambling. It is those area here, folks. This is your trailing stop one, which we have a lot of large member of traders do the same. The trailing stop on your auto trade, this one here, it is your floor and fibs resistance line right now on the ES. For the ones that are following me on that ES, your trade destination is 95.75. Follow me on a sim. We're not responsible for your life trade, please. This is one of them. The reason I decided to take that trade, be careful, we have a projection at 98.25, because I usually do not re-enter the market from the first stop loss, stop trailing stop, because it is a minor. I always like to re-enter the market from the second. The reason I like the second, because it is a major. This one here is this the final point between thinking short or thinking long. Anything above the trailing stop two, it is now the whole momentum in this market has changed direction, and now we are thinking long. We're no longer thinking short, and now we are thinking on the first pullback, re-enter and jump on the market. The reason I call that trade here, I want to know why I call that trade to follow me with it on a sim, because this is the first trailing stop one. It is a resistant area, and we came into those your $35 zone. We have come into double resistant. Every time you see double resistant, there is money. 8 out of 10, there is money. Every time we see two lines close to each other, this is money. On a chop day, on a chop day, maybe it will be your destination much shorter than a normal day, but you still can find a place to take a trade. As an example, this one here, Now we are not sure if we're going to survive this projection at 98 level, or we are going to start diving to the second level. So right now you can see the ES is flirting with that number, and we have predicted ahead of time. So we can pick up a $50, $100 when on a chop day and call it off. Or if you wanted to be stubborn with it, now we have a new problem is right there at 96.75. So always to our traders, why your auto trade is taking whatever you are using, whether you are using this one here, the swing trading, or we are using the scalpers, or we are using the price action. All of them, they do not require any optimization, turn on, turn off basis. But why not use, if you have two screen, let those auto trade run on one screen. And I would like from our traders to practice on that one and that one only, taking those trade here. This one here, folks, to our traders, if there's anybody out there from our traders today, you can imagine how many times a day the market come back to the trailing stop to. So if we have an ES, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones, those are very acceptable, especially for a majority of retailers have wounded their account, and now their account is in trouble. Those are cheap trade, very accurate, and does not require 1 year sitting in a room trying to learn price action, because the calculation is already made for you. Those here, those entry here, if you just follow those entries on the trailing stop to, or in that matter, if you can nail it like what I have nailed it right now on the first pullback, re-entry, we have a projection. But what made me take this trailing stop because of this double resistance was earlier to on the ES, and that can verify for me this market is going to be uh, dropping from those areas. Now the ES situation, it is going to keep driving you crazy, driving you yo-yo until we find a breakout, either this way or that way. The indication is showing right now, if you look at the buyers and the sellers, they are practically even. Those are included the high time frame. So the market is stuck between those two lines. So we are making a bet on those. But your stop loss on this trailing stop two is nothing, just a little bit above that area here. I don't know which color we need to use. If you are taking that entry from the trailing stop two, just a few ticks above that line here, it is your stop loss, 10 ticks, 15 ticks on the NASDAQ. Because most of the time, this market, it will be projecting from those numbers. In this case here, you don't need that much above that line for a stop loss. Just a few ticks away. This one here is 99.7. We have a lot of traders, especially some of the traders privately, before we start getting busy, and now I left the group. Most of those trades, we use 3, 4, 5 ticks on those trades. We never used 10 ticks and 15 ticks on those trades, because technically, if this market gonna be going above this area here, is useless anymore for us. So those here, no, okay, those areas here are the 5 ticks. It is six ticks on those trades, and they should be very fine on those trades. So those, if you try to practice on those, the trailing stop two or trailing stop one, those are extremely, extremely profitable, and your chances on those trades are always, most of the time, they can bring money. As we see on the scalper, we've been over an hour and we still going in the circle on the scalper. At the same time, the 1 minute is really struggling day on the 1 minute. And we had, we've been going in the circle between around 1200 on those, and we still going in the circle. So this is really, as we said from the beginning today, it is extremely volatility chop, and most of the traders today, they, if they are not aware of this danger, they will gonna have a problem today. So, folks, that's all what we have for today. Sorry, there is not much to do. Practice as much as you can, and I'm so glad we can share a good days and a bad days with you. And hopefully now you understand that not every day is winning days in the stock market, and nobody can have everyday winning days. This is a wrong message. A lot of even big companies, they have a good days and a bad days, and if you cannot stomach that, maybe trading is not for you. God bless you all. Thank you very much. If you like us, give us a thumb up, and we'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. God bless you all.